Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right, I had a viewer question that came in during the comments today for my videos. It was asking, do I think the Supreme Court is trying to get Donald Trump elected? And this probably ties into the Dave Johnson from Mood Rides channeling video that he put up, I think it was this morning, could have been yesterday, but within the last day or two, Dave did a reading or a channeling on that. And I thought it was a fair question because certainly this whole immunity thing, taking up this immunity case is just, it's mind-boggling. Honest to God, presidents are kings. Presidents can commit crimes with impunity. This is not a case they needed to take up. The D.C. Court of Appeals, I think, pretty much spelled it out. And if they really wanted to sort of define where presidential immunity starts and stops, go for it. But I see no reason for you to hold up a trial while y'all sort that out. Delay, delay, delay. And that's all Donald Trump wants. I mean, he has no intention of winning that case. This is all about delaying, and they're accommodating him. So it sure makes it look like the Supreme Court's trying to get Donald Trump elected to the presidency. Sure looks like they're repaying him with a favor. So let's see what the cards have to say. Entertainment purposes only. What's the Supreme Court's energy like with Donald Trump? How do they view him? Well, I don't think we really need much more than that. Thank you for watching this channel and supporting it. Three of Coins. Working behind the scenes in secret. Wow. Yeah, you think? Well, that's a yes. If they're not being real obvious about it, but they're working behind the scenes on that one. Yeah, I would say absolutely. They are working with Donald Trump, the Federalist Society, and such. I know folks have asked about Leonard Leo. The only reason why I haven't done a Leonard Leo reading yet is it's going to require a lot of research on my part. And I just did my taxes today and I'm tired. And I don't feel like doing any research. Oh, because they did him favors. He got 3 of them put in there. And now they owe him favors for the rest of their lives. Working behind the scenes, kind of held hostage there because of money. You know that whole thing we were just talking about Leonard Leo in the Federalist Society? There have been more than one little hot rumor about, debts being paid off. And, Clarence Thomas seems to go on a lot of really nice vacations on private jets and stuff like that he doesn't declare that he should have been declaring. Brett Kavanaugh had a bunch of gambling debts or something like that were suddenly paid off. It's almost as if somebody with a bunch of money has done stuff to help folks, and now they want stuff in return, and those folks, Supreme Court justices, are kind of beholden to them. Talking about blackmailing your Supreme Court. So we're already skipping past the are they helping him? We're getting right to the why they are helping him. This is the situation they're in. Just like the GOP in Congress with taking Russian money or the Republican National Committee servers being hacked and that information never being leaked out, and they're held hostage. Putin tells them what to do. They do it because they're held hostage, or else the evidence comes out. Same thing with the Supreme Courts. There are agencies like the Federal Society, I suppose, telling them what to do. They have to do it, or else information is going to come out. In the past, you got the 7 of Cups. Lack of integrity. Certainly, the appointment of Amy Coney Barrett and Judge Gorsuch was a complete lack of integrity on the part of Mitch McConnell for contradicting reasons. And then Brett Kavanaugh should never, ever have been a Supreme Court justice in the first place, given his behaviors and his lack of ownership of those behaviors. Amy Coney Barrett couldn't even list off what the parts of the First Amendment which should have been disqualifying. But, you know, that's what we get. And also lack of integrity is if these folks have been getting bills and stuff like that paid off, entertainment purposes only, they lack integrity because they should be put in there for what they know, not for how they can financially benefit from this. But this could also be saying that maybe Supreme Court justices aren't compensated enough such that they are susceptible to backroom deals. But this is supposed to be a reading about how they're viewing Trump. I think Trump feels like, you know, y'all owe me favors. I got you in there, you owe me favors. Current situation with the Supreme Court, Seven of Swords, what they know what they're doing is wrong. There is no doubt they know what they're doing is wrong. And when I say they, I don't mean the 3 Democrats on the Supreme Court. I'm talking about the 6 conservatives on the Supreme Court. They know that what they are doing is wrong, and it's helping Donald Trump get away with it. I might argue that maybe Clarence Thomas would say he's not helping him get away with it, but I think everybody else really understands what this game is all about. And the thing is, it's in broad daylight and we're seeing it. Lack of integrity, a bunch of thieves, basically. What we don't know is why they're doing it. Or their motivations. The cards are kind of showing the motivations here. They want to do things secret. Everything's about secret, behind the scenes stuff, lack of integrity, helping Trump out, and then trying to cover it up. It's lunacy. It is absolute lunacy. There is no reason to be taking this case. None whatsoever, much less take this case and delay the January 6th case. None. Now, this could also be spirit saying, hey, don't worry about it. It's all going to work out just fine. Just you wait. Yeah, well, sorry. Sorry. Not happy. Lesson to be learned is the Knight of Cups. There are not nearly enough violent protests. Okay, maybe not violent. Not enough protests outside the Supreme Court. There are not nearly enough of those. People really, it's kind of like they do this shady stuff and then they wait to see what happens. Will people get upset? Oh, they're not upset. Okay. They're not burning down public buildings. I guess we're fine doing it the way we're doing. I don't think that we go out enough and express our displeasure. Just me. So they'll keep doing it. Outcome, the Six of Cups. And this could also be Trump just like, hey, y'all owe me favors. And they're repaying him favors. What they're giving him is a delay. But that's all he wants. He doesn't want to win. He wants a delay. And I think the Supreme Court's attitude is, yeah, we can give him that. That's really not tipping the scales of justice so badly. It's not like we're not going to rule on it. And when we do rule on it, we're going to rule the correct way. We're just going to buy him up 3 months before we do it. Problem is, those 3 months are the difference between a trial starting and a trial being completed. The voting public knowing Donald Trump's actions on January 6th. Laid bare. Not happy. Not happy. Okay. Dave Johnson had a real not very kind opinion of Justice Roberts. I think I'll let that go. But I may go more along the lines of what will the Democrats do about this? Because that's, fine. Y'all are going to do this? Fine. Whatever. What are the Democrats going to do about this? Supreme Court's going to do what the Supreme Court does. there's only 9 justices and there's like 13 districts that they represent. Seems that there should be 4 more justices put on there to represent each district, right? Be a shame if it was only a Democrat in a Democratic president with a Democratic Senate putting those folks up, 4 justices. That'd be a shame, wouldn't it? What will the Democrats do with regards to this? Ace of Swords. Well, hey, there's something. Might actually do something about this. They have an idea about maybe they're starting to see the Democrats that are politicians are maybe seeing the injustice too. Just maybe. Eight of Swords. They might start looking at investigating the Supreme Court and why the justices are feeling like they're tied and they're being held hostage. There might be investigations going on here. Four of Swords. This could be removing the justices that are feeling obligated to rule in certain ways. That would be a fresh start. You also have your Four of Swords. This could be 4 extra justices that they put on here. Or that they're going to look into things, but not right now. Or if they are looking into it, it's being done very quietly. There's stuff that's behind the scenes. That's kind of, this is the undercurrent, and it's a contemplative, quiet, retreating undercurrent. So I think it's there. Honestly, it really looks like this is something that will happen when the Democrats actually have the power to do something. And if they win the elections with a solid majority, they will have a mandate from the people to do stuff. This is also like women's rights. This is Roe v. Wade. The women having their rights taken away and being held hostage. Kind of like what's next. The Democrats, they need to campaign on it. They need to win on it. And then they need to do something about it. In the past, the King of Wands. Kind of the decisions of the male-dominated Republican court and the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Pretty much, to me, that's what that is. It's the Supreme Court telling women what to do. And the current situation is the King of Pentacles. The Supreme Court still being ruled by money, by men. Men of action, men of wealth. So what are the Democrats going to do about that? Well, it's going to be like pulling out rotten teeth out of the mouth of a lion. They're going to have to go in and they're going to have to deal with, this might be like John Roberts. They're going to have to deal with Roberts in the Roberts court and the money that's in there. That's what this investigation would have to be about. And sacrificing people. Some people need to go. If you're going to do an investigation on their actions based on the money that's controlling them, then you need to have the strength in order to kick some of them out, which has never been done before, near as I can tell. You're going to have to impeach and remove. Do you have the strength to do that? Outcome is the Page of Wands. They're going to start the process. They will start the process. It's only a page. Well, the King's already taken in this reading. I think they will start the process, but I don't expect that this will happen. It could be happening now that they're looking into it, but honestly, I don't see this happening until 2025. Once they've got control over Congress and the executive branch, they can start the investigations into this matter. which now, let's go ahead and dive down a little bit more to your next favorite topic, Clarence Thomas and Ginny Thomas. Since they seem to be an obvious target, given Clarence's lack of integrity, lack of transparency when it comes to finances and such, his wife's involvement in January 6th and her embracing of QAnon and conspiracy theories. Clarence Thomas, again, lacking ethics. It seems like they'd be the, if you're going to look for the low-hanging fruit, there's your low-hanging fruit right there. Kick him right between the low-hanging fruit. Okay. Clarence Thomas. What's up for Clarence Thomas in the next 12 months? Well, that's going to be up for Clarence Thomas in the next 12 months. That'll put us by March of 2025. What's up with Clarence Thomas? Okay, working and money. Working and money. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. Crossed with family. 10 of Cups. We keep talking about him taking time off work to take care of Ginny. Pentacles are about wealth. They're also about health. Could be health issues with his family. Not with him, but with his family. Strength. He might still be, I think, probably in March of 2025, he'll still be in office. He'll still be working, thinking everything's okay. But here's that strength card that the Democrats had up in the overarching energy. And that's now the undercurrent here. So it's like, this is like the first person they're going to start working on. Yeah. Some of these cards are looking really familiar, aren't they? In the past, the Eight of Swords. Third time this one showed up. Okay, so this would seem to indicate that one of the first people they're going after is Clarence Thomas. That's where they're gonna start their work to make the Supreme Court better again. This is one of the compromised people, and these are one of the people that are the rotten teeth that they have to pull out. The current situation of the lovers. It's probably his and his wife's actions. What they've done together and the obviousness of it. There's no way y'all didn't talk to each other when you were doing the things that you were doing. There's no way Clarence Thomas did not know what Ginny Thomas was up to with January 6th. No possible way whatsoever. And I remember hearing the hot rumor that Ginny Thomas was the one that leaked the Roe v. Wade decision coming up. So, that's where basically they're going to get Clarence Thomas because of his wife. And they are going to pull no punches. I imagine that there's glee and cackling happening on the other end of the screen right now. Oh, yes. The Democrats will pull no punches on this one. It's like, because again, the low-hanging fruit. And they're going to kick that low-hanging fruit right between the branches, if you know what I mean. After they remove this one, there are more people to contemplate. It's like, you're sending a message with this guy that everybody's going to be under scrutiny. If you've been bad, if you're compromised, you're going to be under scrutiny as well. It's not just going to be Clarence. Maybe it's actually restoring some value back to the court too. Outcome is the Ten of Swords. Well, that would seem to indicate that somebody probably won't be there because of things discovered about their actions. I would expect, again, how it manifests itself, I don't know. It could manifest itself as an investigation. Well, let's ask. Because if it's an investigation and he gets booted out, that would be kind of embarrassing and humiliating, right? I think we'd all agree it would be embarrassing and humiliating for somebody like a Supreme Court justice to be investigated by Congress, find all this stuff that's on them, how they're owned and compromised, and then have like a public impeachment and removal from office for unethical, corrupt behavior. That would be extremely humiliating, which is why I think a lot of intuitives see the Democrats cutting him a deal saying, you know what, how about you just resign and go, and we will, your reward for doing that is we won't have a big old public trial and drag your name through the streets. What do you say? Okay. Will Clarence Thomas voluntarily resign to avoid... This card wants to stay on top. I'm doing the overhand shuffle, and this one keeps going up, and the cards are supposed to go above it, go underneath it, and happen 2 or 3 times. So when I say it wants to stay on top, I mean it wants to stay on top. Let's see, what do we have? I knew it's a Page of Pentacles. It's always the freaking Page of Pentacles. Maybe it's because it's bent or something like that. Page of Pentacles. This is going to be an offer. An offer messaging going forward. I think it's only going to be a 4-carder here. Truth is going to be out there. It's about you and your wife. And, you know, because there's so much we could do. So much more we could be doing to you. Don't you want to go home and take care of your wife? Take care of your family? Yeah, honestly, I really, and again, Pentacles are about wealth and health. I think that they could come up with a scenario where Ginny Thomas might be having a health issue and Clarence Thomas is going to leave to attend to Mother in her health issue. Not mind you, it's not Mike Pence, but, you know, him helping his wife with that. You got the Lover's card center underneath it. And the truth is out, and there's more struggles coming ahead. So do you really want to go through a trial while your wife's health may not be the greatest? Or would you like to bow out of the trial and say, I'm resigning because I have to go take care of my wife's health and I don't have the time or energy to fight these unjust charges that and outlandish accusations you're making against me, type of thing. It's not justice the way that it's not the pound of flesh that you and I would like. But right now, that Knight of Wands could also be us. How many of you would just love it if Trump just left? That if he fled the country, fled to Saudi Arabia, and it just shut up the Trumpers, it shut up the Putin caucus, and allowed America to return to normal, and Trump never went to jail or anything along those lines, never went to prison for it. He just has all his assets seized, other than what he's hidden. Would you be okay with it? It's like, have you had enough of the drama that you just want it to end however it ends? You know, kind of surrendering the outcome to whatever is the most benevolent outcome, or just to have some peace. It could be with Thomas, Judge Thomas, it could be just something like that. Should he be punished more? Oh, absolutely. Is there enough time in his life to punish him the way he needs to be punished? No, there really isn't. So, you know, maybe instead of, you know, again, getting your pound of flesh, to quote Shakespeare, maybe the kindest thing you do is be kind to yourself and just, you know, remove that cancer, throw it in the garbage can, and move on with your life. That type of thing. All right. I know revenge tastes so much better, doesn't it? We'll leave it. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words and your likes and your shares and everything you do to help build this channel up so it makes it out to a wider audience. To folks just discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.